Hi, this is Greg Hannon, and in this lesson tutorial, we're going to learn the 4 secrets that all professional musicians use to learn and play any song by ear. And to illustrate the process, we're going to use a tune by George Duke called No Rhyme, No Reason. And the first secret to transcribing any song by ear is to determine the key to the song. And this is a skill set that with just a little practice, you'll be able to master in no time, and that I actually teach in one of my free course lessons. But let's start out with the song, and let's just have a listen, just a short listen here. So we begin to listen to the song, and we're trying to hear the key of the song. And another term for that is the tonic. We're trying to hear the tonic. That's going to be that one note that agrees with everything that's going on in that tune, that will match and seem like it belongs and it's very pleasing to the ear. So just to get you started, this song right here is in the key of F major, and that's because I've already determined that by using the string button. If I play an F, you can hear that F automatically agrees with the entire song. So as the song goes by, F is the one note out of all the 12 notes in the chromatic scale that actually agree with this entire song. So this song is in the key of F major. Okay, now secret number 2 is that once we find the key to the song, we need to apply the key to that major scale. So now that we've determined that the key of this song is in F major, we want to apply this tune to the F major scale. And we're going to number that scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And we know that F is our tonic, so our tonic is 1, so we know that F is the 1. But when you apply the rest of the scale to the song, you have actually 7 scale tones in the key of F. And once we do that, once we apply the major scale, and now we know that we got these 7 notes that we're going to use to be able to create the song and learn it by ear. Secret number 3 is now that we've found the key to the song and we've applied the major scale, which is the F major scale, now we need to hear the bass line. And the power to playing piano by ear is in hearing the bass line. And I'm going to transcribe this bass line for you and play through it. But once we find that bass line, then we apply those 7 scale tones that we just learned in the key of F and determine which one of those scale tones are used for this bass line for this particular tune. So let's go through this, and we're gonna number this song. There are 4 events that take place in this song, and the first progression of events starts on a 6. So in the key of F, the 6 is D, and then it goes to a 3, then A is my 3, then it goes to a 4, B flat is my 4. So the first part of this progression is the 6, 3, 4 progression. I'm going to take that down an octave to the bass register 6, 3, 4. Then it goes to a 2 because in the key of F, G is my 2. And now it goes to another tone that's outside of the key of F, which we refer to that as a non-diatonic tone, which is the E flat. And this is going to be a flat 7 because in the key of F, E is my 7. But the next bass note is a flat 7. So we're going to go to an E flat. Okay, so again, it went to a 6, to a 3, to a 4, to a 2, to a flat 7, then to a 7. And this is just the bass notes. This is not the chord tones or the chord quality. This is only the bass line. Okay, so it's a 6, 3, 4, then it goes to a 2, then a flat 7, then to a 7. Okay, and then the next event has a 6, 3, 2, then it goes to, again, the 7, then it goes to a 5, then a sharp 5, then back to the 6. Notice that in the key of C, the 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is C. Excuse me, in the key of F, the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a C. And then a sharp 5 would just be that same 5 but a half step higher, because a sharp raises a tone 1/2 step. So that's why we call the C sharp in this key a sharp 5. Then it goes to a 6. And the next event, again, it does the 6, 3, 4, and then it does a flat 7th in the bass. And this flat 7th is an E flat, because the E flat is not a part of the F scale. So this is a tone that we're looking for outside the scale, because remember that, again, that E is a 7th in the key of F, but if we lower that 7th to E flat, now we've determined that E flat is a flat 7th. So basically, let's repeat the process. Secret number 1 is finding the key to the song. Number 2 is applying the major scale to that key so we can determine what the numbers are. This goes into the chord number system. And then step 3 is hearing the bass line. So now let's go through this song and play the bass line with the track so you can hear what it sounds like. 6, 3, 4, 2, flat 7, 7, 6, 3, 2, flat 7, 6, 3, 4, 2, flat 7, 7, 6, 3, 2, 7, 5, sharp 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, flat 7, 7. So now you hear the bass line. So now when you actually listen to a track, the bass line, if you haven't trained the ear or practiced listening to the bass line, it may be a little challenging at first, and that's why as I teach you to understand the process, I will help you with the bass line. So once I give it to you and you go and you practice on your own, you want to practice playing just the bass line without the chords first. You just want to practice just that bass line so you can get that sound in your ear, so you can listen to it in the track, and then you can kind of sync it up and kind of lock it together to kind of determine what it is. But that is so important that you hear the bass line, which brings us to secret number 4. It's using diatonic and non-diatonic chords to determine the chords for the song. We've played the bass line. So now we need to determine what the chords are for the song. And there are systems that I teach in all my courses that will give you the most commonly used chords for contemporary modern day music. In this case, this is a smooth jazz tune that George Duke is doing, and it has an R&B feel to it. And these are common chord voicings that are used in this genre. And we're going to start out with diatonic chords, and those are chords that are using the notes of the major scale. You know, because in every key there's a set of chords, and I have chords and I have charts and sheets. So like in the key of F, for instance, there are several diatonic chords that we use. And in this song, it starts out on 6, 3, 4. So let me give you a 6 chord right here, which is a D minor 7, a 3 chord in the key of F. It's going to be an A minor 7, and a 4 chord is going to be a B flat major 7. So these are common chords that once you learn those, and once you go through some of my tutorials and some of my lessons, you'll learn all your diatonic chords. So when you're challenged with learning the song by ear, you're like, what chords do I use? Well, in order to be able to listen and hear anything by ear, we have to first build up a vocabulary of diatonic chords and diatonic harmonies. And if you never practice diatonic chords and scales and things like that, when you listen to these tracks, if you don't have chords that you've already learned, you won't be able to play anything by ear, because you have to learn and build your vocabulary first. So when you get back to the key of F. Hey, I already know my diatonic chords in the key of F, so this song is in the key of F. So let me try first using my diatonic chords to determine if that's going to work for me. So, finding the key, numbering that scale, hearing the bass line, and now finding the right chord. So 6, 3, 4 in this key. Okay, then here's my 2. Then my flat 7. And here's a non-diatonic chord, this E7 sharp, 9 sharp 5 right here. And it goes right back to the 6, 6, 3, 2. So here, in the beginning, 6, 3, 6, 3, 4, 2, flat 7, which is in this case, this is an E flat major 9 chord. This is an E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And now it does a 6, 3, 2 progression. Then it does an E11 chord. And these are chords that are used in hundreds and hundreds, thousands of R&B and smooth jazz songs. So as you learn these chords, such as this dominant 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, and those are chords that I teach you in all my courses, you'll have it for life because you're going to use this chord so many times in this style of music. And for instance, on the E11, that's a very popular chord in R&B. You hear that all the time. The C sus11, very popular. Then it goes to C sharp diminished 7. Then we're back at our 6. Then we got a 6, 3, 2 this time. And you notice my left hand, that single note by itself, that's my bass line. 6, 3, 2. Then an E11, C sus11. And the bottom note of my chord is my left hand note. Back to my 6. Okay, so in the second sequence of events, it does a 6, 3, 6, 6, 3, 4. Then it does an E flat 13. Left hand, right hand. So you got a 6, 3, 4. And then you have a 6, 3, 2. Then you have a 6, 3, 4 again. But after each one of those events, something slightly different happens. So let me just kind of recap on on the first sequence. 6, 3, 4, 2, flat 7. That's the first one. Then it goes to the E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. So in real time, again. Okay, so that's what's going on this time. So again. And that's a slight melody that's in there. On the 2 chord. On that flat 7 major 9 chord. That's a 6, 3, 2 this time. Then that's an E11. Then a C sus 13 to that C diminished 7. Then that's a 6, 3, 4 again. Same. second time it goes to that E flat 13. The first time it went to the E11 chord, but the second time, so he's alternating this, just to add some color and flavor to the music. Absolutely, either one of those chords will work, but he's just switching it up so it won't be so monotonous. So it just is adding another depth of the listener's ear to be able to hear this and be able to appreciate these extensive urban R&B type harmonies. And that's the entire song. I mean, that is absolutely the entire song. And let's sort of play with it a little bit and kind of listen to it and go back and play along top of the track. So this is basically the entire song, and he's beginning to add some fills and some runs, just kind of improvising on using an acoustic piano sound, because this was the electric piano at this point in time. This was like a Rhodes type piano. But then if you listen to the track, I recommend you go buy this CD. It's a great CD, or listen to it online on YouTube. But he's also adding a piano fill improv. And once you learn these songs and once you learn the harmonies, in order to improvise, you gotta first be able to hear the harmonies and learn the harmonies first. And these are all things that I teach you in my courses. But let's kind of listen to what's coming up here, because on the piano thing, listen up. When you start to improvise, there are certain scales that are very common to R&B and jazz and even, your neo soul type sounds. There are certain scales that all seasoned players are using. And just to kind of give you one of them, and let's kind of look at this. And it's so many we can use to improvise, but the pentatonic scale is obviously one that's very, very, very popular. It's just very popular for this song. And we use the F pentatonic scale because we're in the key of F. So if you apply the pentatonic scale, let me show it to you. So you can solo use the pentatonic scale, just to give you a few tips on that, which is just a 5-note scale: 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's the F pentatonic scale. Another scale that you can use in this key, and this is very similar to the pentatonic scale, is the relative minor blues scale. Okay, well, what's the relative minor blues scale? Well, every major key has a relative minor key, meaning that the key shares the same amount of sharps and flats, and actually using the same notes for the scale, but you're just starting on a different tonic. But in this case, we're in the key of F, and the relative minor to F is D minor. So the F major scale and the D minor scale all contain exactly the same notes. So in this case, we want to, and then another way of looking at it, whatever key you're looking at, if you're in the key of F, that relative minor key would be a note that's a six above that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and D minor is my 6. So that's how I quickly determine what my relative minor is I go up a 6. Okay, or you can go down a third. Either way, you can go up a 6 or down a third. So we got a couple of choices there. So here we go again. In this case, so that means I'm in D minor, so I'll be using a D minor blues scale. And really, the biggest difference between that pentatonic scale, the F major pentatonic, and the D minor blues scale is that we got this A flat in here. You know, so that's just a different F minor pentatonic. Remember, but with the blues scale, we're just adding A flat, which gives it that bluesy sound. So when you're playing this track and you want to use the D minor blues scale, it will work perfectly for improvisation. Let's have a listen. And I don't know why, but I'm here from you. I want to stay close. I realize the moves will So that's how you develop vocabulary. And these are sample lessons of how I actually teach it in any one of my courses or any one of my downloadable tutorials. This is the format that we generally cover everything. And for listening for this video, for listening at this tutorial, and just for listening to this tutorial, I want to give you 4 full feature tutorials that are absolutely free, and that's going to really dig deep and giving you a whole tutorial on finding the keys to the songs and practicing that and using it with different tunes, to applying that major scale, to hearing the bass line and using these diatonic chords, and show you how to walk through that process. And these videos are online and they're available, and that's almost a $70 value, but just giving you this information that's absolutely free. And there's a box in the upper right hand corner of the screen that says play piano like me. And if you click on that yellow button that says give me free piano lessons, it will take you instantly to a page where you will actually receive 4 video lesson tutorials absolutely free, just to learn how to transcribe piano by ear and give you the depth and the detail and the knowledge and walk you through it very slowly and give you all the theory behind it. So if they said you had to be gifted to play piano by ear, evidently they don't know my secret. Thanks for listening. See you next time.